Hello dear viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel Literary Miscellanea. I am Dr. Masum Islam. I have come with a very important literary device or literary term that is used almost all the text either in poetic form or in prose form, directly or indirectly. The term is used, and sometimes we don't know even whether it is used or not. We need to analyze the text, and then we get into the fact that yes, it is epiphanic effect. So you have known already the term epiphany. It is the most used term and most confusing one, of course. Because epiphany is a literary term that is used to describe something new or some sudden manifestation or realization about something which by the course of the time come into the mind as a form of realization or revelation of something. In tragedy, one term anagrosis or the identification of one's own flaw, the realization of one's own flaw. This is somewhat similar to anagrosis, but anagrosis is used in tragedy. Epiphany is used in everyday life. How? Let's come to the term first. Epiphany is with two terms, epi and phany. Epi is a prefix and phany is a Greek word, derived form. Greek word pha or Phanein, meaning to show or to sign or cause to sign. Alright? And epi means before or outer. So the term literally means signing of something before one's eyes. So from this term, literal terms, it is used as a literary device in literary texts, either in prose or in poems. So today I will discuss particularly this term in the context of your WBSSC, SLST English prescribed syllabus 9-10 only. The 11-12 syllabus I will discuss in another video, but in this video I will discuss the usage of this term directly or indirectly in the literary texts. How the term come into use in the text, directly or indirectly. So first, this is the derivation of the term epiphany. Epi, epilogue, epidermis. So epi is a prefix, of course. It is outer or before something. So to sign something before one's eyes. The Greek used to apply this term in religious sense, the manifestation of some god or goddess in the form of deities in the mortal world. So you have heard the derived, the wood nymph in Keats' poem Ode to a Nightingale. So derived used to sow in the mortal world as a deity. So this is what Greek believed this. In Christian, era, the term is also used as religious form, religious version, sudden manifestation of gods in front of the mortal world. In dream or in reverie. So in Christian term, the Epiphany is named as theophany. Theophany. From the term theophany, it is modified Epiphany. It's all about the context of the term in religious and its literal meaning. Now come to the applied meaning of it in literary texts. So James Joyce, 1882, perhaps 1941, perhaps, James Joyce used to borrow this term for the first time from religious text to literary text, and he means it a sudden manifestation, spiritual, sudden spiritual manifestation or revelation of a character about his whatness. Sudden manifestation, spiritual manifestation or revelation of a character about his whatness or his gesture or his gestures in the world, in his everyday life. And he comes to know, his own status. This is what James Joyce actually mean by the word when he used the word in his epoch-making novel, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. As a young man, 1916. Later modified version as Stephen Hero, 1944, posthumously published. So here he used the term Epiphany to describe the hero Stephen of his own sudden spiritual realization after a certain period of time. Got it? And he comes to know about his status. The Arabic prescribed in your PG syllabus. Arabic. the boy hero Magnum used to realize at the end of the story about his own self that he bore the mantle of his beloved, of his dream girl, was actually a mirage, nothing else. This is what Epiphany. Now come to the topic as how the term Epiphany is in use in your SLST English syllabus 9-10. SLST English 9-10 syllabus. How the term is in used. Alright. In first you have your syllabus poetry section. In poetry section, first poem, Lucy poems. A series of 5 poems. You see, she dwelt among the untrodden ways. Poem, the epiphanic effect is used. How? From which line? That she is in her, but she is in her grave, and oh, the difference to me. This line reveals the epiphany moment of the poet, of the lover poet, of the speaker about the loss of Lucy. Sudden realization. Got it now? So Wordsworth occasionally used it. He used in his autobiographical poetry or volume the prelude. In book, I think 8, he has mentioned a phrase, spots of time. Spots of time. This is epiphany. Wordsworth has termed the movement as spots of time, and James Joyce, as James Joyce is the follower of Wordsworth, James Joyce in later period, modern period, renamed the term, spots of time is modified or renamed as epiphany. The sudden spiritual realization of one's own self, of one's own status. Alright. Second is, you have in your syllabus, two-way scalar. Two-way scalar. Here also epiphanic effect is used. Which line? We look before and after and pine for what is not, or sincere laughter with some pain is fraught. This is the line where the realization of Shelley's own being, of Shelley's, status, the revelation of mankind's status in this world is revealed, is manifested through the lines. So you can say somewhat epiphanic effect is used here by Shelley. And Shelley, in his defense of poetry, this is very important in net set perspective, in comparative perspective, in interview perspective. With subtlety, with nuances, every nuances, I used to describe to you. So Shelley, in his, critical treatise, the defense of poetry, he used the term, moments. So what moments is called is named in another term is Epiphany. Is named in another term is spots of time. Got it now? So, third, it is used in ode to a nightingale. Where? Forlorn. The very word is like a bell to me, back from thee to my soul self. So this is the line where kids realize that the imagination of poesy doesn't work for long. He termed as a deceiving elf, which for some period of time, for a certain period of time, can, capture one's mind, can hypnotize one's mind, but not for a longer period of time, for a lifetime. So this is Epiphany, his sudden realization of his own self in this mortal world. Alright. I hope you are enjoying the lecture, because it is very new in term of or in context of SLST English 9-10 point of view. So this is very new actually. No one has ever tried to make this kind of discovery, this kind of newness. So fourth is in Ulysses. You have also found the term Epiphany. In the first line, it little profits. It little profits that an idle king. This line is the epiphanic line. It little profits. In the first line of the poem Ulysses or Odyssey proclaimed that to be an idle king, it is of no use. He realized of his own spirit that he can't rest from life. I will dream life to the least. So this is what, realization. It is in medias res, In the middle, the poem begins. Then comes the fore and the letter. Okay. In 5, you have the last right together. Father of optimism, the Robert Browning. He used the term epiphany in his poetry. He used the device, poetic device. Poetic device is generally used, in the background, contextually. So, phany is used contextually, in the background. Which word? Failure alone in words and deeds. Why? All men strive and who succeeds? Look at the end of the word. Contrast the petty done first. So this is the very moment of self-realization. The poet Robert Browning, while comparing the mortals of the world, he find out that everybody in the world tries to be in supreme status, but ultimately ends up in gaining nothing, or gaining a portion of his ideality, of his dream. So this is what called epiphany. Alright, number 6. What? The poet The Wild Swans at Cooley. Why Ronald Cooley? W.B. Yeats, the contemporary of James Joyce, the Irish counterpart. So W.B. Yeats also used the epiphanic effect in his poem. And now my heart is sore. And now my heart is sore. This is the very line where epiphany is used. Self-realization. The poet realized after 19 years that he has been growing old, or he has grown old in comparison to the invigorating evergreen swans, wild swans. Number 7, strange meeting. Though it is, in a trance-like moments, but here they are also, and the realization of the German soldier is in talks. He mentioned his own status, his own, shattered dreams that will remain unexplored, that will remain untold. The pity of war, the pity war distilled. This is the very line which bears the theme of the poem, strange meeting, and this is the very line where epiphany effect is shown. Alright, number 8. The poetry part is complete. Now, play part. Play. Which play? First comes with Arms of the Man. So the man, G.B. Shaw, has also shown the epiphany effect or epiphany moment to describe the actual status of Sergius' way of thinking in terms of practical way of thinking. So in the last line is the epiphany line. What a man. Is he a man? What? It means that he is full of, he means Blanchely is full of practical thoughts. Whether Sergius was full of romantic thoughts. Sergius and Raina. So this is the epiphanic moment. 9. Play. She stoops to conquer. Act 4. Act 4. When Marlowe comes to know that he get bullied by a group of men and women surrounding him. He is totally in illusion about the house, about the housekeeper, about the mistress, about Kate Hardcastle. So all about, suddenly in Act 4, he comes to realize, he comes to know the true fact of his own status. Now, justice, there is no such epiphanic moment because it is, totally is of, legal system. 10. Now the short story. So in short stories also epiphany device is used. The lagoon. What? Arshad realization. We all know that Arshad realized after Diablin's death, Arshad realized that his dream to live in peace and in love with his beloved Diablin forever or for the rest of his life is his utter, illusions. Is actually a marriage. Man proposes, God disposes. This is what. So when he says that I now neither I eat, neither I reside here, I will see the last, moment of this story. So this is what in lagoon. So 11 number in the lotus eater use the epiphanic effect in his short story. When Wilson's vain effort to commit suicide, and after the completion of his 25 years of annuity, 25 years of uninterrupted happiness, he comes to know that life needs obstacles or obstructions to survive one willpower. Otherwise, it gets impotent. And this is why he could not make his life to an end. And he very miserably led a life after completion of his annuity. So, but somewhere, the hiding in the group, olive trees of Wilson to see the, writer and his friend is indicating that he is insane, that he is in, he's not gone mad. He's in his sense, and he doesn't want to show his face because he has failed in his works and his deeds. Alright. So this is what in Lotus Eater. In 12, the gift of the Magi. Oh Henry. When Jim and Della, after sacrificing their most coveted possessions, feel or felt at that moment that they are useless at that moment, but their love, their sacrifice is their realization, and the realization is that they are the wiser than the actual biblical Magi. There is also epiphanic effect when Mrs. Thurlow's son denied to come back home with their mother, and her mother was left deserted, left alone at night, and she realized at the moment that her life, her painstaking struggle, her parsimonious way of living was all gone in vain, because the hope was totally punctured, and it is symbolized with the puncture of her bicycle. In 4 stories there are epiphanic effect. Now essays. There are 2 essays. Dream Children, 14 number, all know, and sometimes the question comes from this part, that what is the epiphanic effect of used in Dream Children? The epiphany is the last part, when get awakened, Charles Lamb found himself seated in his bachelor armchair with his lifelong companion Bridget, her sister Mary Lamb. So this is very pathetic and arouses pity for him, and this is the epiphanic effect of this essay. So this is all about today's class. In the next class, I will describe the epiphanic effect or the usage of epiphany in the 11-12 syllabus. Till then, stay connected, and of course, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.